Hey Houseguest, welcome to today's BB Can 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guests of the day are Dan and Sarah D. You guys are so cute. It sounds like you're in a band or something, and I love that. But thank you guys so much for the support. We really, really appreciate it, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Earth Day. Yay! So if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so yesterday, the house guests were waiting around for the Power Veto competition, and pretty much everyone except for Derek agreed the worst case scenario for the week would be Derek winning the Power Veto. So other than that, everybody's freaking out about the upcoming triple. They don't know for sure that it's happening, but it is, and they're all like running different scenarios and trying to make plans for it. So Liv has really been making an effort the last few days to separate herself from Allie because she wants to ensure her safety in the triple, and she knows it would be pretty tricky to get both of them to make it through the triple, so she wants to look out for numero uno. So she was talking to Paris in the catacombs, and Liv is like, Paris, I've always had your back, blah, 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 blah. And I want to be loyal to Allie for as long as possible, but I'm not going to let that be a detriment to my game. You know, I don't want that to be my downfall, so eventually I'm going to have to cut her loose. So she proposes this deal to Paris. She's like, if I'm nominated with Allie and Johnny or Kayla during the triple, please save me. That's the deal. No, I'm just kidding. She said, and I will save you if you're nominated next to Will and Kayla or Johnny, like that kind of thing. She's like, obviously, if I'm up on the block against one of your allies like Will, or if it's like me, Will, and Maddie or something, I know you're going to vote me out, and that's fine. But this is like a very situational deal. So they both agree, like, yeah, that'd be great. Paris says she feels like she can move forward with Liv in this game. So then Liv is like, don't forget, like, once Allie's gone, I'm going to need somebody to go to the end with. Now, we've heard it in the past, like a day ago. Olivia said she wants to go to the final two with Johnny, which seems a little crazy because, like, how could she possibly beat Johnny? Don't people are really bitter. I don't know. But she was like to Paris, I will take you to the final two. I don't see how Olivia would beat Paris unless, like, this end game is totally crazy for her. But Paris has done so much manipulation, and her social game is like, what? So I think Paris would get a lot of votes in the final two. But Paris is like, yeah, if I were you, I would take me too. Just fit that into, like, that Meghan Trainor song. So she was like, as much as it hurts my ego, I haven't really done that much in this game, so I think you could probably beat me. It would be a good move for you. So then they discuss what would happen if either of them potentially won the upcoming triple. So Liv is like, okay, like, I wouldn't want to put you on the block, but you'd have to promise me that you would not use the veto on Maddie if you were to win that. And she's like, no, what? Of course not. And Liv is like, I'm sorry, but I'd have to put up your two buds, Maddie and Will, because if I only put one up, you guys could use the veto on the other one, you know, and then you're all safe, and that would really suck for me. So Paris is like, no, I totally get it. Sure. So then Liv was like, if you win HOH, I don't want to go up on the block, but it wouldn't be the end of the world as long as I know the votes are there for me to stay. So Paris is like, yeah, if I win HOH, I'm going to get Maddie and Will to vote how I want. Let's be real. They're going to do what I want, and I will tell them to keep you. So they're like, okay, cool. I don't know how honest they were being with each other. I don't think they're going to go, like, above and beyond to look out for each other. That's not what this deal was. But I think if they were in those specific situations that they talked about, they would probably maybe stick with that deal. Maybe. I don't know. So then the feeds went down for the Power Veto around 8 p.m. and they were down for several hours. They didn't come back until 1:11 a.m. 111. And everyone was competing in this one except for Liv and Will, who freaking threw his hissy fit yesterday. So it turns out Derek won the Power Veto. Everyone else's worst case scenario. Wow, this is an exciting week. But the big question here, did he cheat during competition? It sounds like, and it sounds like this because he actually admitted that he was copying Maddie's answers and then just, like, outrunning her which is so sad. But technically, it wasn't cheating in this competition because they were even allowed to work together in this one. So if Big Brother didn't call him out by now, it's not gonna happen. It's not technically cheating, but it is pretty lame. Like, that's a lame way to win. Anyway, yeah, Kayla is kind of screwed now, right? Or is she? Maddie and Paris were chatting in the white bedroom, and they think it's probably going to be either Liv or Allie going up on the block, which it probably is. And Maddie asks, do you think we could salvage Kayla? She says she's going to be pretty desperate, you know? She's going to freaking worship whoever saves her. So Paris is like, maybe. You know, it's really dangerous to keep the showmance around this late in the game. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Especially since they have won more competitions than Allie and Liv. But there are some pros and cons. They feel like it would be really great to have Dayla on their side. So Maddie says that Dayla will go after Johnny in the triple, but Allie and Liv won't, and they're going to need somebody to take Johnny out. And Paris corrects her, like, Allie will go after Johnny, but Liv won't, which is true. So Paris is like, I don't know, maybe we should do this. I don't know. But she's going to be pissed if Dayla starts trashing her to Johnny again to get her up as their placement nominee. So then they're talking, and they feel like they have to win the HOH and the triple, or else they're both going to be going home. You two? Why? The triple is when you go for big threats, but okay. So anyway, no, Paris is actually a huge threat, and Maddie, I think people just would be pissed if she made it to the end. Alright, so then Maddie and Johnny were eating cookies in the storage room, and Johnny is pissed that Derek won the power veto because he really wanted him out this week. This was his worst case scenario. So Maddie's asking him, who are you going to put up now? Johnny's like, I don't know, but he knows. He's like, I think it's probably going to be Allie, but you guys can't vote her out. And Maddie's like, oh yeah, I know. Duh. Does she know? So Johnny's like, yeah, I can't put up anybody from the trio because the duos would just vote them out. We can't have that. So it's looking like Allie's going to go up on the block. All right, so then Allie and Liv are strategizing in the red bedroom. And Allie's like, all right, let's think about this. Johnny cannot play in the next HOH. And if it's the triple, that really sucks for him. But think about it this way. Johnny can't play, meaning he can't put us up if he wins. So if he's mad at us, whatever, he can't play. We'll have a really good chance of being safe in the triple if Derek and Kayla are here and playing in this next HOH competition. Yo, so now they're talking about keeping them down. So they're like, if Johnny puts up a floater, meaning somebody from the trio, Paris, Maddie, and Will, we can vote that person out and keep Kayla. But there's no way Johnny's going to go for this. So Allie's like, we need to convince Johnny that we wouldn't vote out the floater, but then we'll do it anyway. So they're worried if they do end up voting out Kayla this week, Derek is going to get all buddy-buddy with Will. Derek could potentially win the HOH, put them up on the block with Johnny, and then they're screwed, right? At least one of them's going to be going home, so they're like, we can't have that. We can't do this. Yeah, that sounds great and all, but, like, Johnny's not going to put up a floater. I would be shocked if Johnny put up Will, Maddie, or Paris. I just don't see it happening. Then again, stranger things have happened, right? Okay, so Paris is also working on her plan to potentially keep Kayla here. She was talking to her in the kitchen, and she's like, all right, you need 3 votes to stay this week. That could very easily be me, Maddie, and Will. It could be even easier than that. It could be Derek and 2 others, right? Because Derek's going to be voting this week. So Paris is like, all right, if we're going to even think about this, the trash talking and throwing under the bus needs to stop because you are like freaking sewering my game. All that nonsense that happened on Thursday night, not cool. You know, you need to cut that shit out. So Paris is like, we can make some big moves here. I don't think your game's over yet. And Kayla's just like, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius for freaking Kayla right now. So Kayla's like, all right, I will work with whoever keeps me. Like, I will be so freaking loyal. So they agree this is the time for them to prove themselves to each other. They've been working together supposedly since day 2, and it comes down to this. So Paris keeps saying, like, there's some damage that can be done, but you gotta quit it with the trash talk. She was very adamant about that. And Kayla was like, yes, of course, whatever you need. So even if Paris doesn't end up keeping Kayla at the last minute, at least she's cutting off the trash talk, right? Like, I think that's a pretty good move for Paris, because she could always stick the blame on Maddie and or Will, too, right? Because she could be like, I just couldn't get the votes for you, so couldn't keep you, right? All right, pretty clever. So then Paris checks in with Maddie. She tells her about the chat with Kayla, and it seems like Maddie is potentially into this too. They were talking about it earlier. But Maddie's a little bit worried that Kayla is going to run and tell Allie and Liv about this, because they're thinking like, whoa, one of us could still potentially end up on the block. Maybe she's going to go to Allie and Liv for votes. She's going to tell everybody whatever they want to hear. So they're a little bit worried about that. So then Paris goes and talks to Kayla again in the catacombs, and she said, you cannot say a word about this to Allie and Liv. If you're gonna be staying here, it's because of us. So just freaking chill. So Kayla's like, no, I won't say anything. I know my life is on the line. This is the only way I can stay. So you don't even have to worry about me. I'm not even gonna look at them. So Paris is like, yeah, we can do this. And she's like, we don't even need Will. We just need Maddie. Because she's like, oh yeah, Derek's gonna be able to vote too. So Kayla says, if you can pull this off, I will take you to the end. You know, if she has that opportunity. All right, so wow, Kayla's got freaking both sides wanting to keep her, but it's going to depend who goes up on the block next to her, and that side, you know, that's going to determine which side is going to keep her. Isn't that crazy? So meanwhile, we've got Allie and Johnny up in the HOH room, and they're like, maybe we can convince Kayla to get Derek to use the power of veto on her, and then we'll just vote Derek out. Come on, there's no freaking way. They don't actually think this is a possibility, but, like, you never know. So they might just, like, throw that out there as a joke, but it's not gonna happen. Do you guys remember, though, like, a million years ago, a few weeks ago, when Derek was telling Kayla if there was ever a point where the two of them were up on the block and he had the veto, he would use it on her to make him look good in front of Canada? Because I remember him saying that, and Kayla was like, no, stop, you can't just throw your game away like that. I definitely remember that. There's no way he's gonna do that. But it's just funny that they're at this point now, and it's like not even a question. So today, Paris and Maddie were discussing their plans some more. They both seem down to clown, down to keep Kayla this week at this point, but I mean, it's still early, anything could happen. But now they're trying to figure out who is it better for us to get rid of. Not that it's up to them who the replacement nominee would be, but they could make some suggestions to Johnny before they screw him over. So they're like, Allie or Liv? Maddie feels like Liv is a better competitor, so she's probably better to take out. But Paris wants Allie out because she's always had this thing with Allie where they're like against each other. Also, Paris just made that deal with Liv to keep her safe during the triple, so like, she doesn't want to get rid of Liv. Come on. But again, it's not up to them, so we'll see what happens there. But the house guests have pretty much just been sunbathing today. It's really nice weather. And I think Johnny and Will were playing Operation for the Hasbro house party up in the HOH room for a while. I'm not surprised that Johnny picked Will because he wants to make sure his ass is on lock, because now Johnny can't play HOH in the triple. Derek is staying, so Johnny is worried that Derek is going to scoop Will back up, and I think that's a definite possibility. So we'll see what happens with that, too. I'm sure Allie and Liv are going to be pitching to Johnny later, trying to get a floater up as the replacement. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Tomorrow's the Power Veto ceremony, and then the campaigning is going to be, I think, a lot of fun to watch. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.